Hello, consistent and predictable income real estate agents. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Grateful that you're here to join me for the 5-day challenge. My name is Dan Rochon. I'm going to ask for everybody to turn your videos on because when you turn your videos on and you participate, guess what? You make more money. So who here wants to make more money? Anybody? I know I do. All right. Hello, Eric. Nice to see you. Fulcrum Capitol Hill. Laura, Lisa, Rebecca, Mindy from San Diego, Tracy Rochon, the love of my life. Let's just notice that we have the same last name. Hello, Lisa, Judy, Katie, Rebecca. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Dan Rochon, and I'm going to be your host and your facilitator today. And I want to welcome you again to the 5-day listing challenge to learn how to take listings in today's market without having to cold call, go bang on doors, or beg. So as soon as I can figure out how to share with you my screen, I will do so. And I've got some PowerPoint slides here. Give me 1 second. And I will share that with you. I hope that everybody is having the best day of your life whatsoever. And that you're ready to learn. Who is ready to learn? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, fantastic. All right, so here's the reality. The reality of it is right now we are in a position where the real estate market is struggling. Would you guys all agree to that? Right now, the real estate market is in a position that it is really, really hard to get our buyers under contract. Just yesterday, I had a buyer of ours working with one of my buyer's agents who had written an offer, a really good offer on a property in Springfield, Virginia. And that property was listed at a reasonable price in the low 700s, low to mid 700s. Our buyer wrote an offer that was almost $100,000 more than what the listing price was. Does that seem like a substantial offer to you guys? Almost $100,000 more. And guess what? Guess what happened? They didn't get the offer. So I don't know if you're like me, but where I am in my business is I don't want to be having to write 17 offers for every single buyer that I have. I want to be in a position that I can actually take listings. So what I'm going to encourage for each one of you to do during this presentation today and through the next presentations is I'm going to ask for you to participate. I'm going to ask for you to be able to, when I ask a question, go ahead and just type it into the chat. And because when you participate, you will actually learn more effectively. It has been scientifically proven that those who focus, those who participate, those who type in, those who actually actively participate, that you're going to learn more. And what my goal is for you, my goal is, besides getting my screen to work, my goal for you is to get you in a position that you can discover your way to take listings so that you can discover your way to be able to do business and to be able to do so in a manner that will allow for you to be able to take more listings, that will allow for you to be able to be more effective in your business. So who is this presentation for? This presentation is for agents who want to take more listings and have more closings every single year. So if you're like me, you want to be able to take more listings. Hello, Nichelle. Thank you very much for joining us today. Appreciate that.
Thank you for having me. Hello.
Oh, it is my pleasure. And I love your participation. I will stop shaking my screen. Thank you for the feedback. You are so freaking awesome. All right. So little bit who this is for. It's for real estate agents who want to take more listings, have more closings, and be able to do so every single year. And I want you to imagine right now, when you have listings every single month of the year, when you have listings, when you have closings every single month of the year, I want you to imagine right now, how does that make you feel? How does that affect your life? Michelle gives us a big thumbs up.
Makes you feel secure.
Makes you feel secure. Makes you feel probably happy. What does that do for you in your life? What does that do for you, for your family, for those who care for you, for those who you care for? Would it help your finances to have closings every single month? Who here says it would help your finances? Would you feel proud to have closings every single month? Would it allow for you to feel significant? Maybe it would demonstrate to somebody else who doubted you that you're worthy, that you can actually do this. So this class over the next 5 days is for real estate agents who want to take listings and have closings every single month of the year. So who here would like to have closings every single month of the year? Yes, 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 yes. I'm going to show you, Mary, thank you for raising your hand. I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to show you exactly how I've had closings every single month of the year since 2008 with an average of 10 closings a month. That's a long time to have consistency. But again, this isn't about me. This is about you because you are the hero. So who is this class not for? The consistent predictable income community only accepts nice people. We have a no a-hole policy. So we only accept people who are authentic. We only accept people who are coachable and people who want to take action. Agents who understand that this is a business and agents who take the actions that a business person would take. So I'm here to guide you to understand that as a business person, that's who you are. You're a business person first and a real estate agent second. Has anybody told you that before? That you're a business person first and a real estate agent second? Because if they not told you that before, you should know that you are a real estate agent first. And this presentation, the CPI community, is not for somebody who wants to be a jerk. I had a real estate agent not too long ago who worked in my real estate sales business, who was a producer, who produces about 3 transactions a month. And he talked down to my staff. He made them feel bad. He belittled them. And he treated them like crap. I got out of a relationship with that person. I got out of a relationship with that person because I know that when you surround yourself with people who are action takers, who are nice people, who are able to actually follow coaching and not treat other people like crap, that in the long run, you'll make more money. Even though I left a lot of money on the table for that to happen. So I'm going to ask for you guys to take yourself off mute for a second. So I want to ask everybody, all right, why are you here? So shout it out. Why are you here?
Learn how to
More
get
listings.
More listings.
Listings.
More listings, more listings, more listings. Okay, besides more listings. More listings. I love it. I love it. Is anybody here for the reason besides more listings?
Time management.
Time management. Oh, love
More
it.
freedom.
More freedom.
Yes.
Someone says yes. Anybody here for more money?
Yes.
Who? Yeah, more money, more freedom, more
Yes.
consistency, more predictability, more faith in yourself, more belief that you can do this.
Yes.
Okay. I love that that's what we could say that we're here for. But if we want to really be real about this, why are you here? You're here because you believe that I can help you. You believe that I have an answer for you that you've not yet discovered. You believe that somebody who sells more than 100 homes every single year has done so through different market cycles, with different challenges, with different opportunities, and different opportunity can help you for you to figure this out. And I will show you how you can find more sellers. I will show you how you can show up to the world, because the way you show up to the world, the way you show up to others, we're going to dive deep into this throughout the class, will allow for you to be able to be a resource for your people and get hired more often. So I'm going to jump right into it, I'm fumbling with my words, an exercise. I'm going to jump right into an exercise. I'm going to ask if you're at your desk right now, if you have a sticky note, I'm going to ask for you to get out a sticky note. If you're not at your desk, I'm going to ask for you to get out a piece of paper, and I'm going to ask for you to get out a pen. And what I want to do is I want to ask you a question, which is, why do you sell real estate? And I want to dive a little bit deeper into this than why do you sell real estate? Because when I teach this class live, and I teach this class to students across the, across the country, what I most often get are answers that are really, really high-minded answers. What I most often get are answers that are the ones that say, I want to change the world. When I say, why do you sell real estate? Yet, who here has ever heard of Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Has anybody heard of that before? Tracy's heard of it? Fantastic. So Maslow's hierarchy of needs says, and Judd has heard of that as well, says that we will only fulfill the need that is the most relevant to our scenario, that is the most relevant to what we need to fill. So when I say, why do you sell real estate? I want you to look at your real need. I'm not anticipating that you're going to say to change the world, though at some point we can all change the world. Instead, what I'm going to be asking you to do is to say, I sell real estate to pay my bills. I sell real estate to help my daughter to pay for her private school. I sell real estate to pay the mortgage. I sell real estate to be able to do whatever it is. Now, once you wrote down why you sell real estate, I want you to ask yourself a question. What's important to you about that? And now I want you to write down the answer to that question. What is important to you about that? I want you to take a second and I want you to write that down. And when you have that answer written, so why do you sell real estate, from the lowest position of what's important to you, what your needs are, what's important to you about that? Now I'm going to ask you another question. Does everyone have an answer there? What's important to you about that? Whatever it is that you have on your piece of paper right now, what is important to you about that? Now, look at your answers, and I'm going to ask you one last question, which I've already actually asked you. Why do you sell real estate? So look at your three answers above, and I want you to ask yourself a question. Why do you sell real estate? And now I want you to take yourself off mute and share with us, what did you guys come up with? Who's willing to share?
I am, Dan.
Go. Who's that? I can't see you. I'm sorry.
This is Danny Moore King.
Hello, Danny Moore King.
Hi. I sell real estate to achieve the lifestyle that I want to continue to live, i.e. the way that I live. What do I drive? The way I vacation. Those things are important to me.
I love it, Danny. I would encourage for you to write down what car you drive. What vacations
Which car do I want to drive, or what do I drive?
What car you want to drive?
Oh, the Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Hey, throw it down on there, girl. Throw it down on there.
Okay.
I sell real estate to get the Rolls Royce. What model was that?
It is the SUV. It's the Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Oh my goodness gracious! See that clarity? What color is that? What color is that vehicle?
Oh,
gonna be?
I wanted an ivory.
Oh my goodness, ivory.
Yeah.
Write it down. That's
Got
why
it.
you sell real estate.
That's why I sell real estate. Thanks.
Danny. Who else would like to share? Why do you sell real estate?
I'll share.
Okay, and who is this?
This is Christine Starr.
Hello, Christine.
I sell real estate to be able to put my kids through college and be able to purchase the property that I want to be able to have my homestead and allow them to be able to build their own homes on it later in
Love it,
life.
Kristen. Love it, love it. So you sell real estate to help your kids go to college and to build and to purchase the homestead where they can build their homes.
Correct.
Love it. One more share. Why do you sell real estate?
I can go.
Go ahead, Mr. Shell. I recognize that name or that voice rather.
All right. I sell real estate to be a present mom, to purchase a home, and to also purchase a BMW X6 M50i in all black.
Well then, jeez. Let's get that car for you, girl. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes.
All right. Here's what I want you guys all to do. You may not have a sticky note with you right now yet. I want you to write down whatever it is, that last thing on there, that BMW, that Rolls Royce, that being the best mom possible, that being present to your children, that paying for their college, building that homestead, whatever you wrote, I want you to write that on a sticky note. And then I want you to take that sticky note and I want you to put it on your computer screen. Now, some of you right now may be thinking, what, like, why is Dan telling us about, why are we starting with this? Where's the tactics? How do we sell real estate? How do we get listings? We'll get there. I had an agent who I was coaching not too long ago. On the same day, I met two agents, one in Seattle, and I have my little sheets here, and one in Atlanta. And Courtney in Seattle came to me, and she was sharing with me that she wanted to have financial freedom. She wanted to eliminate the stress. She wanted to be able to do her job better. She wanted to have more stability in her business. That was Courtney. Janet came to me the same day. Janet does Zillow leads. She's been an agent for 14 years. She has a broker's license. She has a lot on her plate. And what she wanted to be able to increase her business by 50%. And she wanted to be able to not have to hustle every single day so that she's in a position to have to work 18 hours a day. Two different people. Courtney went through this exercise with me and she resisted it. And she went through this day one, which we're going to go through a lot of mindset today. We're going to go because mindset will always be skill set 100% of the time. We're going to set the foundation today for your success. And I didn't give you anybody's full name, so I'm going to tell you, one of these people resisted and one of these people was all in. The person who resisted ended up not taking the actions, ended up still, in my perception, being a victim. Now, I don't judge people, right? But that's just looking at, the outcome. And the person who resisted was in a position so that her business didn't change. And today she's driving an Uber and Grubhub part-time, or maybe even full-time. Janet, who was all in on this, Janet increased her business over the last 10 months by 50%. Because Janet realized that it all starts with how we think. Who do we choose to be? How do we believe? And not only that, but for you, I want to tell you something right now. I want to tell you that the gurus are all wrong. The gurus tell you, go out and use video, go out and bang on doors, go out and beg for business. I've got a folder in my other room over there from a coach, a very, very well-known coach who coaches for sale by owners. And it's a folder. It's a folder. It's a white folder. It looks something like this folder here. And in that folder is basically the roadmap to go out and to beat up on for sale by owners until they hire you. What would cause me to say that the gurus are all wrong, telling you to bang on doors, telling you to beg for business, telling you to go and beat up on for sale by owners until they hire you. Do those methods work? Yes, they do work. Trick question. I saw some of you saying no. Those methods do work, yet they only work for certain people. See, something that no one has ever told you probably is that you don't have to do this any certain way. You can choose to do this your way. You don't have to do this the way that some coach is telling you to do this, the way that some mentor is telling you to do this, or the way that some broker is telling you to do this. You don't have to pull out your phone and go through that and call A to B today of your list in your phone and beg for business. You don't have to do that. Will it work? Yes, for the right person. So what I want you to understand is that there is not one way to make sales. There is your way to make sales. And what I want to discover over the next 5 days with you is I want to discover what is your way. I want you to realize your way to doing business so that you can make sales every single month. I want you to spend your time doing what you enjoy doing, because when you do so, you will more likely do it. And guess what? When you more likely do it, you'll get results. So a couple things that I want to share with you is I want you to have faith that you can do this using your way. And in return, I'm going to show you how you can take listings to today's market. If you're attending live, I'm going to ask for you to keep your camera on. I'm going to ask for you to block your time this week. I've taught this class so many times that I know by Thursday or Friday, by Thursday, 50% of you will still be here. Is that because I'm not a great instructor? No, it's just because only 50% of you actually want to take the action to be able to achieve whatever it is that you just wrote down on why you want to do this. So I want to encourage you to take a look at what you wrote down of why you're selling real estate. And if you're in a position this week where you don't feel like doing the work, you don't feel like showing up, or you allow for something else to get into your way of coming to this class, then I want you to again look at why are you selling real estate? Because when you focus on why you're selling real estate, you'll be in a position to do the work. Because what I want for you, what I want for all of you, is that you figure out your way this week. You discover your way so that you make sales, because you could do this. I know you could do this. And I want you to block these 5 days. I want you to treat them like it will change your life in a way that you can never imagine, a way that you will never even understand until you show up. Who am I? I am just a normal guy who figured out how to sell real estate at a high level. That's who I am. So in my late 20s, my early 30s, I was a waiter at a high-end steakhouse in Washington, D.C. And this was the place where these guys, and Tracy, that's where I met my wife, Tracy. Tracy, hello, smile, say hello to everybody. All right. So Tracy and I were waiters and waitresses. She was the waitress. I was the waiter, in case anybody was wondering. I know it's 2022. We have to put on hats and everything. So anyways, we were servers at one of the highest end steakhouses in the world. And this was the place where we hustled and bustled, and a place where you would know every single person that, not every single person, but you would know a lot of the celebrities that would come in there. One night I was waiting tables, and I remember I had 4 tables, and in one table, the guy was saying, hey, nobody famous ever comes in here. On the table right next to him, this is the same time, this guy's literally busting my chops. Nobody famous ever comes in here. On this table over here, I had Eli Manning and Archie Manning, his father, and one of the Redskins, the Commanders trainers. Oh my goodness, I'm never gonna get used to that. Anyways, so I had the 3 of them in there. I had a Supreme Court justice and I had a United States senator. And at the same time, this guy's sitting there saying to me, nobody famous ever comes in here. Okay. That's the type of place that we worked in, and Tracy and I worked in. But I hated my freaking job. I hated my job. I was in a position that I was drinking every single day. You guys see that photo on this screen? You want to know who that photo is a photo of? That's a photo of me. In fact, Tracy took that photo of me. That was our townhome in Alexander, Virginia. We had just moved into it, and I was fixing the cabinets. And we were still working at the Capitol Grill at that time. I was still seeking, like, what is my pathway? What is it that I want to do? I was still abusing alcohol every single day. I was still in a position that I was unhealthy. And it wasn't until one day that I woke up and my kidneys were piercing with pain. I was sitting from that photo on there upstairs on the bathroom floor, balled over, vomiting, dry heaving with my kidneys piercing with pain, my head reverberating with agony, my mouth parched. I couldn't drink enough water to be able to rehydrate myself. And I had to wait for hours and hours to be able to get to a reprieve. And the only position I could get was in a fetal position to be able to be comfortable in. That was my last hurrah. And I woke up and I knew it was time for a change. That day I got sober. I chose to create my destiny. I went to rehab. I made better choices. And I knew at that day, I knew that there was a different way to be able to do this. I knew that there was a way to be able to be a business person. Because I already said to you, you're a business person first, a real estate agent second. I want you to understand that you're a business person first. So I got sober and I started to look to say, okay, what is there that's out there? What do I want? And at the time, what did I want? I wanted time because I hated working in a restaurant, and I wanted freedom because I hated working in a restaurant, and I wanted more money, even though I made a lot of money in that restaurant. But I only made money when I came to work. I only made money when I was making wedge salads. I only make money when I showed up. So I found out that I could, for a few $1,000s and for 60 hours of classwork, I could get my real estate license. And I'll never forget that I was dreading becoming a real estate agent. I had so many fears and I had no experience, and I thought other people were going to judge me. And I was new in my relationship with sobriety. And I understood that I would take the action anyways. I eventually, after months and months of struggle, my first 6 months I sold 0 closings, 0 transactions. April 2008, I sold my first home. And from that point moving forward, I had success. What did I do differently from the beginning? I found my way. I discovered my way, just like you're going to do this week. I discovered that I could choose to rather than have to. In fact, 12 months after that first closing, this is 18 months after I got my license, I bought the real estate brokerage that I worked for. I had that much success over that 12-month period. And I owned that brokerage for 10 years. I sold it at the end of 2018. I wrote a book, Real Estate Evolution. Let's see. Here it is right here, Real Estate Evolution. This is the blueprint for showing people how to make sales your way, for showing people how to be able to make sales. And I love reading. You can see behind me. Well, you can't really see, but below here is my bookshelf. I love reading. That's one of the reasons why I wrote the book, because I'm a learner. I know that you're a learner too, because you're here. It's the reason why I do the Consistent Predictable Income real estate podcast for real estate agents, because I want to learn, because I want to get better, because I want to be able to help people like you, and I want to be able to have sustainability. So many agents approach this business from a place of despair. They come into this and they're feeling that danger. They're feeling that they have that erratic. That's not erotic. That's erratic, in case anybody's misreading that. They have that erratic behavior. They're afraid. They're and they want sustainability. They want to be safe. They want to have no more fear. And so what we know right now is that we are in one of the most competitive real estate markets ever. Would you guys agree to that? Would you guys agree that, Nichelle, I just realized that you're here. That offer you wrote yesterday, did you write that in a competitive offer?
Yes.
Yes. How many offers? That's a colonel in the United States. Is he in the Air Force or the Army? I'm not sure. In the United States military, I know he's a colonel.
Right.
Yeah, there we go. And so he wrote that very, very substantial offer yesterday. I have another listing 2 weeks ago, Tom Gillespie, another military retired colonel who sold a townhome that was listed for $760,000. We got an offer on that property for $860,000. I was the listing agent. Which of those two scenarios is easier? Being with the colonel who wrote $80,000 over list price and gets rejected, or the colonel who gets $100,000 over list price? Now, your market may not be as competitive as that, or it may be. It depends on where you're at. But I think we can all agree that we are in the most competitive market of all time. It is crazy out there. If you're newer to the business, hang tight. I'm going to help you. We're going to find the right way. Don't get scared on the fact that it's the most competitive market ever, because there is a way. So during this class, you're going to discover your way. You're going to find step-by-step instruction, and you're going to have a plan to have closings every single month. You're going to understand how your mindset is more powerful than your skill set, and you're going to learn how to find listings. During this 45 minutes that we have here, I'm going to give you the strategic methodology, and then you're going to get an email later today in about 45 minutes from now or sooner that's going to give you the tactical. You also have the Listing Domination 5-day challenge workbook, and I want you to print this out, and I'm going to ask for you to invest 1 hour a day into your learning this week. Now, I know 1 hour a day, that seemed crazy, right? Who the heck has another 1 hour in the day? But what I promise you is I promise you that you want to be like Janet, not like Courtney. I promise you that I can help you, that this week, when you put in the time, when you put in the effort, when you learn the tactical stuff that's combined with the mindset, that you'll be in a position to be able to be powerful. You'll be in a position to be able to succeed. One of the all-time best books in the world, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Do you guys think that I may have thumbed through this book once or twice? Think and Grow Rich. Has anybody else heard of this book? I'm sure that there's a few people that have. Who else has read this book?
I've read it.
All right, Nichelle's read this. Mindy's read this. I can't see anybody else. Yell out, have you read this book? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I've read it.
Yes, I read it. All right. Who else has read it? In Think and Grow Rich, what does Napoleon Hill teach you? He teaches you that it all starts with mindset. Literally, what's the first word in the title of the book?
Think.
Hey, all right. I'm glad you got that correct. I'm glad you didn't say original unabridged edition. I would have smacked you with the book if you did. Think is the first word in that book. Think and Grow Rich. Mindset is more important than skill set. So some of you may be saying right now, well, I don't know how to take listings. I don't have the skill to be able to do this. But Dan, you sell more than 100 homes a year. You've been doing this since 2007. Of course, you know how to do this. But what I can tell you is that there's some things that will always beat skill set that you have availability to today. Those things are the activity that you choose to do. We're going to talk about CPI time more in the class. CPI time is, I'm going to say this slowly, write this down. Number 1, lead generate daily. Number 2, convert those leads to an appointment. Number 3, attend the appointment for the purpose to get hired. Number 4, negotiate. Number 5, practice your scripts and role play. Consistent activity. You have the power to do those 5 activities on a daily basis. Persistence. Somebody who will not give up, somebody who's persistent, will follow up with a lead through time, will beat skill set all the time. Mindset. Why do you think that a book like this written 100 years ago, and by the way, if you're not familiar with the book Think and Grow Rich, the author of this book studied people like the steel magnates and people that were the most successful people of the time. He's Thomas Edison. He studied Henry Ford. He studied Charles Schwab. Those are just some of the names of the people who he studied. And he found out the success leaf clues. And what was common in all of them? What was common in all of them is their mindset. So mindset beats skill set 100% of the time. Speed to lead beats skill set. Because if I give you a lead right now and you get to that within 2 seconds and I get to it 2 weeks later, guess who's going to win more often? Are you in control of that speed to lead? Absolutely you are. And determination to never give up. These are the things that will allow for you to succeed, whether if you have skill or not. And, oh, guess what? We all have skill. I never want to hear somebody saying, I don't have the skill to succeed, because I want you to be in a position to understand that you are a business person first, a real estate agent second. The techniques that I'm going to share with you throughout this course, the average agent gets 2 pieces of business through this class. This is about the 10th time I've taught this class. The only difference is this class is the first class that I've added the workbook to. It's the first class that I've added the mindset portion to. And during this class live, we're going to be really focusing a lot on mindset. So I know how to help you discover your way. I've done this for hundreds of agents in the past. When I was an owner of a brokerage, as a real estate coach, as agents on my sales team. I never want you to think that I'm too new, I'm too old, it's too risky, my broker doesn't help me, my mentor, I don't have a mentor. I promise you that when you follow these steps taught this week, that you're going to have consistency, more respect from others, and you're going to have more highly qualified clients. And you're going to be able to 10x your wins. So this isn't the same 10x as maybe some coaches out there who yell and blows to say, hey, listen, I want you to work 10 times as hard. I want you to do 10 times as more stuff than what you've done before. I don't want you to do that unless if that's your way. Instead, I want you to find your way, and I'm going to help you do that this week. I had a real estate coach. Tracy's on this call right now, and this real estate coach, he's a very, very high-end name. You would know his name if I shared it. I won't, because I'm going to tell a bad story about him. And Tracy remembers this conversation. And this real estate coach, I remember one day he was beating me up because I wasn't doing a certain activity. I wasn't calling expired listings at the time. I'm fine with calling expireds, but I'll never forget he beating me up one day for not calling expireds. And then he gets on the phone with Tracy the next week. And I don't exactly remember what the conversation was, but I hope it's okay I share this, Trace, I remember Tracy was crying at the end of that conversation. Tracy was crying at the end of that conversation because he was asking her to call expired listings. He was beating her up because she wasn't doing that. Should Tracy do that? No way. She's too much of a beautiful person to be able to bang in the phones for expired listings. Should Dan do that? Maybe. I could do for expireds. I just choose not to because there's more effective ways to do this. So I'm going to help you 10 extra wins by identifying your way. You may be thinking it's going to take too much time, too much money, that you're going to have to cold call or door knock, or you need credibility or experience to be able before you take action. And I'm going to tell you again, the gurus are all wrong. There is not one way to doing sales. There is your way. So we're going to discover that. Now, here's the reality of this. Does anybody here agree with me that being a real estate agent is hard? Who here would say being a real estate agent is hard? Yes? Yeah. Shout it out if you think a real estate agent's hard.
It is.
Yes.
All right. All right. Jenna, raise your hand as well. All right. Yes.
Super
being a real-
hard.
Super hard. Super hard. The general public thinks that your job is easy. They think that you make a ton of money. They think that you don't have to do any work for the money that you make. Yet, what's the reality of it? The reality of it is that there's constantly distraction. Right now, my dog is barking upstairs while I'm doing this presentation. Constantly distractions. I love my dog, Ellie. Constant distractions. Phone calls coming in at all hours, text, emails, working nonstop, having to keep it all together at the same time. Wow, there's so much damn competition out there. Being a real estate agent is hard, but it's not your fault that it's hard. Deep down, you may not be sure that you can do this. Deep down right now, you may be saying, how can I do this? I promise you, you can. I promise you that there's a way that you can do this. We just have to discover that. It's not your fault there was a pandemic. It's not your fault that there's a stupid war that just started a couple days ago. We don't know what that's going to do to impact our economy. We don't know what the outcome of that's going to be. But what I could tell you is that as you discover your way, you'll have the choices of how to be that business owner first. You'll have the choices to be able to relate to other people. You'll have the choices to be able to, maybe you're in a position where you have depression. Maybe you're in a position where you feel that you can't relate to other people, or you have PTSD or whatever it is that you're experiencing. We don't have to let that get in the way. I promise you, you don't have to have anxiety over this. You don't have to feel that you can't do this. So I want to ask you, are you ready to take your turn? Are you ready to make this work for you? Because if you're ready, I want you to say yes. Say, yes, I am ready. Who's ready to take your turn? I see Christine nodding her head up and down. Who else is ready to take your turn?
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
I am.
Yes.
Hell yes. Who said hell yes?
Yes, Fran Lucci.
Oh, Fran, potty mouth Fran. There you go again. Hell yes. Yes, indeedy. Now, here's the reality of this. The biggest lie that you could tell yourself is that you will do this and then let something get in the way. Life got too busy. I had, this came in on my schedule. This was more important. But the reality of it is, I want you to look back into what you put in there for your why. And I want you to focus on that. Because when you focus on that why, you will show up and you will do the work. So here's my request of you. Everyone take off your mute if you could. I'm going to ask for everybody to share this if you could. So take off your mute, please. I'm going to invite for you to take off your mute. Take off your mute, take off your mute. And I'm going to ask for you to go ahead and say that, here's my request from you. I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask for you to say it with me on real time, because if you want to achieve that why, then you'll do these activities. I want you to commit to show up. So I'm 1, 2, 3. I want you to say, I commit to show up. 1, 2, 3. I commit
to show up.
1, 2, 3. I commit
I commit to show up.
to CPI mission.
I commit to
Show up.
With NEC.
1, 2, 3. I commit to take notes.
I commit
I commit to take notes.
1, 2, 3. I commit to not wait until the end to take action. I'm going to take action now.
take action
I'm
now.
gonna take action now.
Action now.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to trust Dan for 5 days. I'm only asking for 5 days of your trust.
5 days.
Trust Dan for 5
I'm going
days.
to trust Dan for 5 days.
Because what I want for you is I want to be able to show you how you could do this, because I know you can, and we're going to do this together. You're going to get real results. and you're going to be able to take action that's going to generate an outcome that you're going to be proud of. So I'm going to ask for you to take the first action today. I'm going to ask for you to tag me on social media and promise your commitment with these badges that you're going to earn throughout the course. So when you get the email here in a few minutes, you're going to get an email that's going to give you activities. It's going to give you the access to these badges. And I'm going to ask for you to publicly declare that you are learning right now. I'm going to ask for you to tag me on that post. Because when you do that, we know that you'll be in a position to be able to get better results. You'll be in a position to be able to get a better outcome. So there's going to be 5 badges that you're going to have an opportunity to earn this week. And I'm going to ask for you to earn those badges through doing the work. So here's the manifesto. This is the manifesto that I'm going to ask for you to go ahead, and I'm going to ask for you to do this manifesto for yourself. One more time, I'm going to ask you to take yourself off of mute. I promise I won't do this again throughout the entire class, but it's so important that you embrace these philosophies. And if you don't embrace the philosophies, just keep your mouth shut. But here's the thing, if you don't embrace the philosophies, then this isn't the right class for you. So I'm going to ask for you to all take yourself off mute one more time. We're going to say this, and hopefully it's a little bit more seamless than the last time. All right, 1, 2, 3. We're all going to say it. As a CPI agent, I am a professional. The activity that produces the results I seek.
I believe
that each transaction should be a win-win. I value each client and other agents with high care. I achieve success through people, generation, and systems. Do the right thing every time. Observe others. I learn,
take
observe results,
Observe the results, adjustments, and repeat. My sales career as a business owner, adult, I make sound business decisions.
I make the help I need to see. I am a
I'm a
CPI agent.
CPI agent.
I am a CPI agent.
Wow, that was so beautiful. Give yourself a hand. Woo, yes, I'm proud of you. I am proud of you. All right, a couple of things that may hold you back for you not to achieve your success. Take a look at this. This slide's going to be in your workbook. It's going to be in your online portal that you're going to have access to here in a few minutes. So the false beliefs about real estate, these are the things that could stop you in real estate. You're going to do an exercise today. That exercise is going to help you identify your false beliefs about real estate. You're going to do a CPI daily mission where you're going to learn what you're going to accomplish today. You're going to express your gratitude today. You're going to help somebody today. You're going to make good choices today. You're going to choose how to live the best day of your life today. And you're going to look for what's the best opportunity to take a listing. Starting tomorrow, not today, you're going to start doing 10 video texts each day. And I'm going to instruct you tomorrow on how to do that most effectively. Day 1 activity, you're going to announce to the community, why did you get into real estate sales? You're going to do your be, do, have exercise. That be, do, have exercise is in your online portal. I'm going to ask for you to actually print this out and write it down, because when you write down your exercises, you'll have more success. You're going to identify the beliefs that hold you back, and you're going to earn your badges. That's the day 1 activity. You're going to download your workbook and print it. You're going to access the online portal, and you're going to do the activities. That's going to be your CPI tools and resources. You can find that at www.findyourwaytocpi.com is going to be the access to be able to do that and the access to be able to find that. So, did I talk about how to get a listing at all today? No, not yet. But I promise you by day 5, you're going to have the instructions from step to step. But the instructions are going to start with you being the best version of yourself. The instructions start with you doing the activity. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Excuse me for going 5 minutes over. I lost track of the time, but I want to look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today, and have the best day of your life. Look out for an email from me. Do the work. See you guys.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.